What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community posts. You ought to know the vibes, and I'm back at you with your Smackdown review. And this was a real good episode of Smackdown, which took place in Brooklyn, New York. New York had a lot going on tonight. The home opener of the Knicks, the Yankees game, and of course Friday Night Smackdown. Now, a lot of this episode was really set up for Crown Jewel. Like, you had the Kevin Owens, Randy Orton match made official. Randy Orton convinced Triple H to let the match happen. Triple H said, "All right, it's your funeral, bucko." So we have that. We also have more back and forth going on between Cody and Gunther. Gunther saying, "You're not even the real champion. It's all about Ben Gunther. He's saying he's the best wrestler in WWE, and he might as well just say he's the best wrestler in the world." So you have that. You also have what was supposed to be a number one contenders match between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, the big Game 7 matchup between these two. This was supposed to determine the number one contender to face LA Knight, who was the special guest referee for this match. It ended up being a no contest. LA Knight said that he's the winner of the match. Like, both of them put their hands on LA Knight. LA Knight hit them both with a BFT. Nick Aldis said, "I don't think so, you son of a B." So it's a triple threat match at Crown Jewel. Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Andrade, and that should be a fire banger awesome match. One more match that was made official. It's gonna be a women's fatal 4-way tag team title match. It's gonna be Jade, Bianca, Damage Control, Piper Niven, and Chelsea Green, and the Metaphor. You might as well just call these two up, man. Lash Legend to Carl Jackson. Just go ahead and call them up, man. I don't know what you're waiting for, man. Stop BSing. Stop messing around. Just go ahead and get to getting, man. Just call them up. Might as well at this point. But there are two things on this show that I really want to talk about. The first thing was the number one contenders match for the WWE Tag Team titles. You had DIY taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. Everyone point to the palm of your hand because that's what Motor City Machine Guns do. And this is a fire match, as expected, man. This is a match I was waiting for all week. And I will say this. One thing that kind of bothered me about this, it had nothing to do with the wrestlers. It had nothing to do with the match. This was something that took place on the internet, right? So this episode of SmackDown is a double tape episode because they're going to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel next week. So they're taping both episodes tonight. And before I could even really get a heads up, man, I was already spoiled for what was going to happen, for what I was thinking was going to be for next week's show. So I'm already agitated. I'm kind of irritated by the fact that people just don't have the common courtesy to wait, man. This episode of SmackDown is going on. You're already spoiling next week's show. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? So with that being said, to the surprise of nobody at this point, the Motor City Machine Guns beat DIY. And they're the new number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team titles. And according to the spoilers, yada yada yada, I'm thinking that the Motor City Machine Guns are gonna wrestle the Bloodline next week, but I was wrong, which is cool because what ended up happening was you had the Motor City Machine Guns celebrating, and then the Bloodline comes out. And then Solo, he's talking trash to Brooklyn, and they're really giving it to him. They're booing him out the building. And I like what Solo is doing. He's not really trying to be a carbon copy of Roman Reigns. Now he's letting more of his personality show. And I like that because Solo is actually a pretty funny guy. So he's doing a good job of, playing the heel. But he's also entertaining, showing more personality. And I like that for him. So what ends up happening is the Bloodline throw out the challenge to the Motor City Machine Guns, and Nick Aldis was like, hold up, man, the Motor City Machine Guns have been grinding and scratching and clawing just to get to this point for 20 years, and he wasn't going to let the match happen because they just wrestled DIY, and the Machine Guns were like, nah, that's cool because this is what we've been working for, this is what we've been putting in our blood, sweat, and tears for this moment. So the match goes down. So a match that I thought was going to happen next week actually happened on this episode of SmackDown, and it was the Gorillas of Destiny taking on the Motorcity Machine Guns. Now, these are two matches that I never, ever thought I would see. DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, and Gorillas of Destiny versus Motor City Machine Guns inside of a WWE ring. And, you know, the match was good. You know, Tonga Loa, he's doing his thing. But, to my surprise, we had Jimmy Uso come out in the hoodie and the bandana gimmick. He's coming out there. He's super kicking Solo. He's super kicking Jacob Fatu. They're fighting. They're squabbling. But then we have Roman Reigns pull up. The OTC, the tribal chief, pulls up. And then he's Superman punching Solo. He's Superman punching Jacob. So you have the OTC and Jimmy fighting off Jacob and Solo. And, you know, they're doing their thing to the back. And as this is happening, the referee gets knocked out. He's down, so now you have Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga looking like they're going to attack the Motor City Machine Guns with steel chairs. But then you have another Samoan pop out of nowhere with a black hoodie and a shiesty mask. And it was Jey Uso, and he's getting revenge on the fact that the Bloodline cost him the Intercontinental Championship match on Monday Night Raw. So now you have him super kicking people and spearing fools out of their boots. And this led to the Motor City Machine Guns becoming the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Whoever in their wildest minds would have thought that the Motor City Machine Guns would be in WWE wrestling the Bloodline for the WWE Tag Team Championships? And not only that, but you would have help from Roman Reigns and the Usos for them to win. I'm like, what planet am I on right now? I don't even know what's going on. I can't even make words. My vision got blurry and whatnot. And then you have the Motor City Machine Guns celebrating. There's pyro and the crowd's going crazy. And then as they leave, Jey Uso gets in the ring and he's looking around. But then you have Jimmy Uso come out, and then they stare at each other. I'm staring at the TV. They're staring at each other. I'm staring at the TV. And the Usos reunite. They hug in the middle of the ring. The crowd goes crazy. And then at the top of the ramp, you see Roman Reigns watching the Usos come back together, which means there is one final piece left in the puzzle, and that is the reconciliation between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And I'm all the way here for it, man. I can't wait, man. I'm predicting that the Bloodline is going to be standing in the middle of the ring with their wands pointed high to the sky. But, you know, they're still outnumbered, which means they're going to need one more person. And I'm pretty sure that one more person is going to be very, very Usi. So, man, with that being said, what did you think of this week's episode of SmackDown? Are you happy to see the Motor City Machine Guns as tag team champions? Are you happy to see the Usos back together? Are you happy to see 6 matches on a premium live event? Thank you, Triple H. Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Peace. I'm out. Peace.